Many people say you're their hero, but who's your hero?
Who's my hero? That's a great question. Well, I think my dad is my hero.
Is Tom Brady retiring from the NFL after 22 years in the league? Considered to be the greatest quarterback of all time, he was the central contributor of the New England Patriots dynasty that dominated the Super Bowl for the large part of 20 years. Now though, as a player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, there are rumors that Brady is finally considering hanging up the helmet. In late January, Brady's retirement was first reported by ESPN before the statement was backtracked because Brady hadn't fully made his mind up yet. Only time will tell if Tom Brady will officially leave the NFL after an extremely decorated career as one of the greatest football players to ever live. Today, as part of our Super Bowl series, we're covering quarterback legend Tom Brady. Tomorrow though, you decide. I'd love to hear who you'd like to see us cover on the next episode of Where Are They Now, whether they're related to the Super Bowl or not. So leave a comment down below, and don't forget to hit the like button for more videos just like this. Tom Brady was born in San Francisco, where he was raised as a fan of football. He regularly attended San Francisco 49ers games with his dad. He also attended football camp and learned how to play the game at a very young age. During high school, Tom was involved in tons of sports, including basketball, baseball, and obviously football. In his high school football career, he was the backup quarterback for his prep college, but he wasn't good enough to advance, having not scored a touchdown all year. Through a stroke of luck though, he became the starting quarterback when the original one was injured, and he held that position until his graduation. By the time his senior year rolled around, Tom had impressed both the team and athletic scouts, who had started to take notice of his prowess on the field. Not only were athletic scouts looking at him for his impressive football career, but there was the expectation that Tom would enter into the basketball sector instead. He was drafted in the 18th round of the 1995 MLB draft, which projected him as a potential all-star. The general manager for the team that wanted to recruit him at the time stated that Brady had the potential to be, quote, one of the greatest catchers ever. Ultimately though, Brady chose football, and thank God he did. Tom eventually chose the University of Michigan, where he would play college football for 4 years. In the first 2 years, he was a backup quarterback and expressed frustration over the lack of playtime. It got so bad that he considered transferring to UC Berkeley before he decided to work closely with the assistant athletic director of the school, who pushed Brady to maximize his performance on the field and personal confidence. When asked about this time in his life and his mentorship, Brady said, quote, "He will always be somebody I rely on for sound advice and mentorship. He has helped me with my own personal struggles in both athletics and in life. He really pushed me in the direction that I wasn't sure I could go." Eventually, Brady was led on the field, and he gained the position of starter quarterback when he was finally able to show off his abilities. By the time he graduated, he was the team captain and had an impressive win streak. As you may have noticed though, Tom had kind of a lackluster start to his career. He won some games, but ultimately he was kind of overlooked as a quarterback because he was generally pretty mid-tier in skill level. So when he graduated, Brady was only a lightly regarded prospect coming out of college, with an unimpressive performance rate reinforcing his reputation. He wasn't even chosen for the NFL until the 6th round of drafting, and it was by the team that he would eventually carry for the better part of 20 years, the New England Patriots. Now, Brady has started 363 games in 22 seasons, which is the most of any NFL quarterback, within his first 20 seasons being with the Patriots. It is also the most for any NFL quarterback with one franchise. He had a rocky start to his infamy, being a rookie backup quarterback in his first season before he quickly rose up the ranks to being a starter for the 19 other seasons he was with the team. He currently is the most decorated NFL quarterback to exist, having won 243 regular game seasons and 35 postseason games for a combined 278 wins. Tom Brady holds a 76.9 winning percentage, and he is one of only 4 quarterbacks to defeat all 32 NFL teams. And let's not forget that Tom Brady has attended and won 7 Super Bowl titles, the most of any player and more than any NFL franchise. He's appeared in 10 Super Bowls, having lost only 3. Tom Brady holds nearly every major quarterback record, and he is the leader in passing yards, attempts, and touchdown passes for both the regular season and playoffs. His rise to fame has been insane, and whether you like him or not, he is one of the NFL's most decorated and most accomplished players, being considered one of the greatest athletes, period. In his personal life, Tom has 3 kids, one with his girlfriend at the time, actress Bridget Moynihan, and the other 2 with his current wife, a Brazilian model named Giselle. Tom and his family are a little weird to say at the least. Tom follows this nuts, controversial, and super strict diet plan that avoids, quote, most fruits, mushrooms, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, coffee, Gatorade, white sugar, flour, gluten, dairy, cereal, white rice, potatoes, and bread. Like, oh my god, what else is there? Applesauce? He then advocates for drinking half of your body weight in ounces in water, which is an insane amount of water to consume if your body isn't telling you you need it. But you know, who am I to criticize one of the greatest athletes of all time? Maybe the reason why I'm not an all-star quarterback is because I love tomatoes. One scandal that Tom Brady was involved in was the massively controversial allegations that Tom Brady had ordered the deliberate deflation of footballs used in the 2014 championship game to favor his team in the bid for the Super Bowl. The scandal was dubbed Deflategate and made international headlines. If proven, it would mean that Tom Brady willfully attempted to cheat in order to assure his victory. The controversy itself resulted in Brady being suspended for 4 games, while the team was fined $1 million and forfeited 2 draft selections in 2016. It was never even proven whether Brady actually did order the footballs to be deflated after an extremely lengthy and highly publicized legal battle. One documentary titled 4 Games in Fall even tries to prove that it's, quote, highly unlikely and certainly never proven that the footballs Tom Brady used during the AFC Championship game were even deflated beyond what ideal gas law would dictate. So there's even the possibility that Deflategate didn't even happen and could have been the result of faulty gas pressure or mishandled measuring equipment. Either way, despite the controversy, the Patriots won that season's Super Bowl and Brady was named the most valuable player of the game. But his career and public trust definitely suffered for years after the scandal. Now though, it seems that Tom may be considering ending his 22-year career in football. As a man in his mid-40s, he's certainly on the older side of athletes sharing his field, and he's more than contributed enough to the sport. He's the oldest player to be named Super Bowl MVP, and he's the oldest NFL MVP at 44 years old. And because of how demanding and physical the sport is, it's no wonder that Brady would be considering retirement. In a now deleted tweet sent out by ESPN's TB12 Sports that reads, quote, 7 Super Bowl rings, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 league MVP awards, 22 incredible seasons, thank you for it all. The post caused a massive tidal wave of fans assuming that Brady had just announced his retirement. Fans were sounding off in the comments, commemorating Tom for his achievements and all he's done in football. But after the post was removed, a statement was made by Tom's legal team that reads, quote, I understand the advanced speculation about Tom's future. Without getting into the accuracy or inaccuracy of what's being reported, Tom will be the only person to express his plans with complete accuracy. He knows the realities of the football business and planning calendar as well as anybody, so that should be soon. So as of now, we don't know if Tom Brady will actually retire. We do know he's considering it though. Despite joining the Buccaneers in 2020, it seems that Brady's glory days of working alongside Coach Belichick are over, and now it's time for him to potentially relax. This is all speculation though, and absolutely nothing is confirmed. But what do you think? Do you think it's time for Tom Brady to finally relax and allow himself to retire after all these years of dominating the football field? It's refreshing to see other teams and newcomers begin to work the field after Tom slowed down, and I think it's only natural for the man to want to spend more time with his new family now that he's approaching 45 years old this year. So tell us your opinions in the comments down below, I'd love to hear them. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content just like it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Where Are They Now? I've been your host Sierra, see you next time.